Okay, so we are on the 2nd of April, Wednesday. Let's take a look. Now, this is gold, as you can see. So yesterday I did say, guys, don't buy the tops. The market should retrace down a little bit. And in fact, we did have levels. The market did come down into there. But as you can see, it wasn't really a trading hour. So the only trading hours yesterday were like from the highs to the selling into here. All right, so if we take a look at the weekly, okay, we're still in an up mode, and that's all good. Monthly, we're in an up mode, it's all good. Yesterday I talked about that level, the high. We put a level up there and the market just shy off. As you can see, just came down from there at the trading hours, obviously. So that's basically it. So what to do here? I wouldn't be a buyer here again. If it comes down, that's what we need to do. Now, if you take a look at your technical analysis, okay, so we failed to go below the low of Monday. Well, not the low of Monday, but the low of Monday was there, right? This is the support of Monday, okay, in the New York session. So the market didn't, go any lower. It came close to our PST level. It wasn't a trading hour, so there was nothing really to do here yesterday. Okay, that was the high, and this was the support, or this was the support, and the market was in between levels. So, there wasn't really much to do here. All right, in between levels. But if you did take a shot, what should you have done? From the highs, you could have sold off. It also wasn't a swing day, So you can see when we don't have a swing day, it's like, choppy sideways, not really happening. Okay. Today is also not a swing day for gold, so we'll have to be patient. What you can do if you really do want to trade, you can see if it will come up here. If we're up here during trading hours, if you want to sell, you can do it with a small lot size. Let me just refresh this because the PST indicator's gone nuts. Here we are. Okay, there you go. And on the daily, as you can see, the market just bought on the support 74 today, 3,108. So 3,108. So I'm just going to take this. And that's your 3,108 right there. Okay, and that was the low of the day, right on a PST, as you can see. Okay, so also yesterday, look, right on the PST level there. So what we can do is sit tight. Okay, if you want to sell, you can the high range, which is between there and here. Okay, and that's your gap, and it's not a swing day. If it was, I'd say, you know what, if we're at the highs, just sell it off, but we're not. Okay, so be mindful. You can sell the highs, buy the lows. On both occasions, I'd be cautious. Euro dollar. Now, euro dollar, we had a swing day Monday. We're on a Wednesday. I did say you can sell this. Let's just reshape ourselves again. Here we are. Now, as you can see, we're in a bit of a dilemma here. All right, so this is getting squeezed, which is actually good for us because we've got support and resistance. So 52 is going to be a buy zone. So don't sell at 1.0770. Let's put that into perspective. 1.0770. Remember, we had that level from before, right? So every day, because on the daily, the PST has to change because it's a daily chart, right? On the weekly, it will change on the weekly. So the weekly is still the same, 53.0709, okay? So until the next weekly bar, we're going to have 0709 all the way down there. So this is a target. So you can sell the highs, okay? And you can sell during retracements to push down because Monday was a swing day. All right, so selling the highs is good, and on Tuesday too, selling the highs is good. If there's a downfall, retracement, sell off. Okay, but no selling the lows, obviously. Okay, so if the market is anywhere daily, weekly, you can sell off if it's a trading hour, no problem. I think that's the way to go. Let me just refresh this chart as well. There you go. So you can push it down. So the resistance level on that daily is 57. So if the market sells, it's going to be 0824. 0824. Right, so this zone is a sell zone. If we get up, you can sell down. All right, which is logical. Selling the highs. Okay, we're in the middle of places here. It's like a mid zone here, so it's a bit tricky. But selling the highs to push down is good. If we break below this level, which is good for us, that will be good for us. We'll push it all the way there. As you know, we want to see the euro dollar down so we can buy again. Okay, it'll probably wave. Okay, it doesn't have to be immediately, but we don't have a swing day until later either. So, you know, every time it goes up, you know, pushing it we can. Okay, and that's that. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now with the SP 500, remember we had Tuesday, and I did say you could also consider this as Monday going up as well, because we had Dow Jones and Nasdaq too. All right, so let's just refresh. So market comes down, going up, and we can sell off again. All right. Now remember, we don't have a swing day today for this. We have a swing day on Nasdaq. If this goes up into this zone and you want to sell, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with doing that, to push lower. Okay, so this was a, you know, that's the way to kind of go. Like I said, we had a Tuesday for this, but I did say you can go in on Monday because Dow Jones Nasdaq had a Monday swing day and the PST level was okay on Monday, remember? So indices often go together. So if it matched the PST with a swing hour as well, which is what happened on Monday, all right, PST level at a swing hour, it was good, all right, but the overall trend, as you know, is down. So we want to sell it again, but we want to sell the high. So if we're in a trading hour in this zone and you want to sell it down, like I said, I'm okay with it. All right, and that's just it on this one. Now this zone 52 is 5,720. If it does go there, 5,720, okay, you can sell there as well, 5,720. Now you can wait for the other swing day for this as well if you like. Okay, but that's basically the situation. All right. Let's refresh this as well. And on the weekly, as you can see, pretty much off the bounce there at 5,500. 5,500. Okay, so that was the weekly there. Okay, so that's basically it. All right, and if you want to sell it off, you know, sell it further down, you can. On the monthly, as you know, we are down and we've got room to go down on this one. If it keeps pushing up above those levels, then don't stand in front of it. Obviously, it wants to close gaps somewhere. Okay, but next month as well, we'd like to shoot it down. So not next month, this month. Okay, so if we go up, you know, like I'm in a sell mode, and we should come further down. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now Dow Jones today doesn't have a swing day. Nasdaq has. This is why that might be like a good idea to sell, because indices go together. You can kind of work off from their swing days, but only obviously if it makes sense, right? Now this is Dow Jones. Remember these levels we marked in. Okay, so once we have levels, let's see. That's it. How did it? I must have marked it in manually, did I? Yes. Okay, so I marked these levels in manually, which is why you need to know technical analysis. Okay, these we can keep. These were swing hours. I just want to check what happened with this one, because I didn't follow Dow yesterday. 345, 345. That's 345. Okay, so this is nothing to do here because it's not a low or a high. This is a gap fill. Okay, coming into here, you see the gap zone there. Alright, so that's touching that. What time is it doing that? We don't have that. So 6:15. 6:15 is right high of the market. So 6:15 to 6:45 is there, and then the market falls off into, I guess, 9:20, exactly there. Okay, so this is your 9:20 zone there. All right, fine, fair enough. So let's take a look. Yeah, so once again, we'd like to kind of fall with that. Why did I mark that yesterday? Okay, so now I can see it. You can see the fill in there. All right. The market fills it in, and that's why. So like I said, it's a swing day for Nasdaq, not for these. But if the market has a swing day, you can sell off. You can look out for this level as well, 42,457. Okay, you can push it down into there. All right, so that's how it is with Dow Jones. Now with Dow Jones, that's the support at 37,41,131. Now in case I miss out on these 41,131, just check the, pause the video and check those numbers. All right. Okay, so that's on the daily. PST support, resistance there, 51. 51 is a price of 42,538, and on the weekly, resistance is 48, 42,553. So 42,553 is up there, and that 42,538 on the daily is 42,538 is there. So this is going to be a sell zone, isn't it? Up the way, all the way up there. All right. If the market does break above the high of yesterday, you can see even highs here. Okay, so the market will probably do a stop sweep and then sell off, or go up there and sell off. Okay, so should you buy to go up there? If you're going to do intraday trading, okay, you can see it's like dangerous because we're in between levels. Remember, we want to trade edges. Like on the PST. At the lows you want to buy, at the highs you want to sell. And if the market is going down, like this is the impulse sideways market here, as you can see, you want to be selling. So that 37 is 45.65, so 40,565. So that's going to be, okay, I can't do it this way, let's do it like this, 40,605. Okay, so that's there. All right, so you want to keep that on the weekly as well, 40,565. On the monthly, we've got room to come down. Okay, so we should come into this zone here, and you can see that zone, that target zone on the price, comes into this bar here, this red bar here. Okay, but we still should have room to come down. All right, so let's take a look at Nasdaq. Now for Nasdaq, today is a swing day. All right, so let's check out if we got a day or not. So that's your Nasdaq. All right, now Monday was a swing day. All right, so that's your Monday. Okay, nice and easy. That's your Monday. All right, so Wednesday is a swing day. If you want to swing it, market might come up a little bit. Okay, is there. If the market does what? If the market does what? See, those are the levels on the Fibonacci we talked about as well. So we might come up to the weekly pivot on this. There's a bit of a gap here. This is going to be a sell zone 2. You can mark in that bar, take the red. Okay, so we could go slightly higher, and this could be a zone as well for selling. I'm just going to get rid of this so we don't have too many lines. Okay, and that's how it is. Now, if you can also see how our technical analysis is coming into play. Okay, so you want to be selling, let me just check the high zones. All right, so let's say there. All right, and if you do want to sell, like I said, it should be on the higher end of the channel. All right, on the daily as well, it could look for a gap fill. Okay, but in any case, you want to sell the highs. I think it's doable. If you take this now as an impulse, okay, that's now the 50%, and the 37.5 is the gap closure. So that level is also good. If the market comes up and you're thinking about selling, which is a good idea, like I said, then, you know, doing it is okay. All right. One little thing you need to be careful about here is it hasn't closed below the swing. All right. It's closed below that swing, but this is the main swing. Okay, so we've got the impulse, main swing. We would have liked to have closed underneath there, but you can see it's like closed above it, right? So there is a bit of a bullish thing here. So what you need to do then is sell the highs and the edges rather than muck around in the middle of nowhere. Bitcoin, and if there's no position, because sometimes it won't get there, then, you know, don't bother. You don't want to force yourself into a trade. Okay, so let's take a look. Now here's Bitcoin. Now this is weekly. Now this is interesting. Okay, so we might have room to push up. Now this is an impulse, so we might have an A, B, C up before selling. Will that be the case? Okay, so we don't have a swing day for this at all yet, but this zone we talked about, you see, that's predictable. Market going up and then selling. Okay, so that's predictable. So what we can do here, we have a weekly breakout. We have a daily resistance at 53.55, 85.855. Is going to be there. 86, I think it was 513. Let's just double check, not be lazy. It's that 53.85, 855, 86.531. Okay, 86,531. So there. All right. So we might have a bit of a room to go up into there. Okay. Yesterday we talked about this. It's kind of like gone in there, and then it closed the gap as well. So knowing these things technically, you see, they understand, because then we know how far we can get to. If you also do this, okay, you've got a good buy kiss zone up here. All right. So if on a swing day the market comes up here again, selling is okay to push down, but this has already closed it. So if you want to sell the highs, you can. Your first support of the day is 83,700. Okay, 83,700 is there. We can get rid of that. Okay, that's the first support of the day. There's a gap there, you need to be careful. At the end of the day, now we are in a down mode. Okay, if you take a look at the monthly, okay, we're in an up mood, so the market wants to buy the lows. That's fine. We're not complaining about buying lows at all. We just want to do it at the right place at the right time. So right price and right time, and that's going to be down there, because on the monthly we have room to come into 75,980. All right, so it's got room to come down. I didn't put it down because it's just too far down. Okay, but you guys need to put these levels in there. Okay, because the market does have room to come down. Also, if you think about it, now we have an descending triangle. I'm sorry. Let's do this. Okay, you see the bottom of the triangle, top of the triangle, right? This is the gap fill. The gap fill is now done. Okay, so if you're following it, then you're going to want to push it down, and if it breaks below there, you see we've got room to come into there. Okay, and that's basically it. So you got targets. If it breaks down, you know where you're going. Selling the edges down is okay. Do it with caution because of this breakout, and I don't like it. Okay, 77,440 should also be on the weekly. 77,440 is, you can see it's like there. Okay, so I already marked that in, and that's basically it. Okay, so we're on a scale fix, and that's how it is. All right, so selling I don't mind doing. It's closed the gap as well. If you want it from these levels as well, if it comes up into a trading hour, it's done a stop sweep here, as you can see. It's already stop sweep the even highs, and now we're going down. All right, so any push up at trading hours, I think you can sell, and we're okay with that. Guys, also some of you are new. I'm not sure if you know technical analysis or money management. If you don't, please learn them. Just timing is not good. Okay, and if you have any questions or queries, just shoot them through to me so you don't get lost.